next person voted out, and the fourth member of the jury is Jake. You have been voted out.
There are fucking snakes in the grass.
I'd rather Dot lose some people than to just get rid of Q, because once we get rid of Q, it's sort of a free game for Dot in any way he chooses, in my opinion, and he has a lot of the jury votes, to be honest.
I have once again made it through another tribal. I am a huge threat, I'm a huge target, but right now I am more of an asset to them than a threat. And they basically realized that if they voted me out tonight, they would have no game because they would lose a number. They would lose two numbers. They would lose one for me, they would lose Dee Dee. Dee Dee probably would have worked with Dot and Hassan, and it would have been over for them. They would have just gotten picked off left and right.
If you have any last words, you may do so now.
Nope, it's all good. Love you guys.
I'm the last cleaner left in the game. My biggest ally, Jake. Unfortunately, he was eliminated, so I gotta represent.
For now, you must leave.
So why is Q still in the game? Because my team is filled with fucking liars. Snakes. I see it now. I gave Elizabeth and Alex the benefit of the doubt 3 times now, and I'm the fool for putting trust in non-trustworthy people. I'm the fool. They're awful teammates. Awful.
I obviously want to try and win immunity because my name has been the name around the streets since the merge, so I need to be safe at all costs. So ideally I can win immunity, secure my spot in the final 5, and hopefully we can plan some sort of, attack on Dot to get him out, because I think that he also feels a little too secure in this game right now. Hopefully, us getting rid of Jake lets him know that he isn't running things like he seems to believe he is. But you don't come after me. Don't come for me, Dot.
The votes were 1 for Q, 1 for Elizabeth, 2 for Dee Dee, 3 for Jake.
I'm glad that he got voted out, but that vote was weird. I got a vote, Dee Dee got a vote, Q got a vote, Jake got several votes. A lot of people are flipping on each other, and there were a lot of split votes, so it really could go any way tonight.
So what y'all want to talk about?
I want to talk about who voted who.
If
Nobody's talking.
Hard,
Q, who you vote for?
I voted for Jake. I feel like the votes are pretty obvious.
That you didn't even have
We
to
all
ask
know
that.
who voted for who. We don't have to play mysterious.
Are they?
Votes are pretty.
I'm a little
pretty
confused.
clean.
I'm a little confused.
These were the votes. It's backwards, probably. 3 for Jake, 1 for Elizabeth, 2 for me, and 1 for Q. Obviously, off rip, Alex and Q voted for Jake. I thought it was Alex that voted for me, but I was like, nah, it can't be. Then I thought it was Elizabeth. I was like, damn, I'll take that vote because I voted for her. So I'm the Elizabeth, and there's 2 Jakes. So that means it's 1 Jake left, 1 me left, and 1 Q. Dot claims he didn't vote for Q. It only leaves Jake, Hassan, and Dot. They're all in the clique. So I know they wouldn't put Jake, and Jake wouldn't vote for himself. So that gives the Jake goes to Q, Alex, and Elizabeth. That's the 3 Jakes. And then the 1 Elizabeth is me, obviously. And the 1 Q is Dot. So that leaves Jake and Hassan that voted for me. And I'm gonna bring that up because okay. Now I see Hassan as a target because he wants me out.
Me and Elizabeth seem to be on the same page. I think we both realize how similar our game strategy is at the moment. We're low key, we make some moves here and there. We're not loyal. We're just in it to win. And I love that we're on the same path. That does make me think that she is really smart, and I knew this, but I think I could bring it to the end. I'm hoping for me, her, and D, but we'll see.
I would really like to take out either Q or Dot next. I really wish I knew how Alex actually voted, so I guess just see how the challenge goes, who wins immunity, and then probably take out Q or Dot from there.
I plan on talking to Q and seeing if we can ally at some point. I mean, it is a huge fucking risk and a shot in the dark thinking that the person who I have openly been trying to get out of the game since almost the beginning of this game will now ally with me. But I hope that she will appreciate an honest player and an honest person, since she is the same, and she will want to ally with me anyways. Maybe we can surprise everybody and eliminate from within.
When I was a young kid, I was taught that if I counted like this, 1 TikTok, 2 TikTok, 3, it's a pretty accurate measurement of like how many seconds have gone past. And so I was trying to do that while keeping my arms up and not thinking about anything else.
I was tapping my foot like this, right? So I was like, 1, 2.
Okay, so my strategy during the challenge was to count, and I think that it went well.
When my leg got tired, I started playing the song in my head. I was dancing. It was like when you learn CPR, they teach you one of the main songs they teach you is another one bites the dust. So I was thinking of another one bites the dust in my head. So I was like, and then every time I got to 60, I would press a finger down on my head like this.
I actually won a challenge last night, yay! Oh my goodness. I felt so excited, but I'm also like, what a challenge to win. I'm really good at holding a shirt over my face. When I was talking to my husband afterwards, he was like, I walked in the door and you had a shirt over your head. I was like, yeah, don't ask.
You haven't spoken to Dot yet, and yesterday you obviously turned on him, right?
Yeah.
I can save you from that.
I am a threat and you need to get me out, but not before you get Dot out. And the reason is because, Dot really just kind of has shown his true colors these past couple of tribals, where he first switched my vote, and then, he won immunity, and, I was just like, Dot is definitely someone to look out for in this game, and, I'm not a fan of people that come for me. So if you come for me, I'm gonna come for you, and I'm gonna get you eliminated.
You need to keep me around for your game one more night. Because realistically, there are only 2 people that you need to take to the end. Dee Dee and Elizabeth.
Right.
You won't beat Hassan on a jury because the jury is all cleaners. You won't beat Dot because he's been very close with the cleaners.
Yeah.
And honestly, you could beat me because I think that, yes, I've played a really great game, but I've pissed off a lot of the cleaners. But if you get rid of me tonight, what's going to happen is
I wasn't planning, but go on.
Well, I'm going to sell it anyways. If you get rid of me tonight, D is going to go right on board with Dot. Because if you're wondering where that vote for Elizabeth came from, it came from Dee Dee.
What was that? Like, I hope Elizabeth doesn't think. Does she know who voted her name? I hope she does, because I don't know if she thinks it's me or something. But it wasn't me. We all voted for Jake and we got him out. So I was gonna pick. I'm talking to her after this, and I'm gonna say let's vote for Dot anyway. But let's do it. Yeah. After this, I was thinking of Hassan next, but that's just my thinking at the moment. I've done too much blindsiding to not go to the end at this point. I feel so bad every single time. Last time I told Dot, like, I was like, hey, like, I'm down for it, but like, it was before the challenge. So he was like, oh, it's me and you to the end. And then the challenge happened. I was like, I do not believe it for 1 second. So it freaked me out. But every time, these chats always fuck me up. But it has
Do you think Dot has an idol?
Huh. No. Well,
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I really don't. Even if he does, do you think he's going home tonight? I mean, should you want to pitch him something different so that you might think, well, I mean, he's probably gonna go for you, right? Or I don't even know what he's thinking at the moment. I feel like if you pitch that you're gonna go after me, he might be like, you know what? Let's make sure it's safe and vote for me as well. So it's more of like a unanimous vote. I don't know if that's what he's gonna think, but he could be going after that too, because he might feel like you are an easy target to get out later on in the game, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So I would say definitely don't tell D to vote for me out. So it's like a potential 3-3.
Now that there's only 6 people in the game, I have a 1 in 6 chance of going home.
So what are you thinking tonight, now that you are safe? How's it feel, first of all?
It feels great to finally have something. I'm apparently good at holding a shirt over my head.
And having an internal clock.
Right. Well, my heartbeat is about 60 beats a minute, so that actually helps.
I can't hear my own heart. It's okay. I cannot hear my own heartbeat, but
I want to know what happened last night, because when we add up the votes,
I have theories. First of all, I think me, you, and Q did go for Jake, obviously, but I think D went for you. And I think, so what happened was I just talked to Q like 20 minutes ago, and she was saying that D was mad at you for like the answers that you put for her. And Q was like, go for Jake, and she's like, I don't want to. And it seems like D is just playing off of her emotions. And that's fine. It's just that I thought for some reason something else happened where you were voted off. I was like, why did someone put Elizabeth down? Like, what?
Well, I knew from Dot that they were planning on splitting the votes, but
but it was D and Q, not you.
Yeah. Because I was like, I feel like it's either D or you, and
it wasn't me. Like, I wish it was more clear, but it was not me.
I feel like I trust Alex at the moment, actually. I know that he could lie and backstab me, but I think we both realize that we've ticked people off, and so I'm hopeful that he's honest, that he'll take me to the end, and I feel like after last night, I might actually have a chance against him.
See, I'm thinking Dot right now only because he knows that we betrayed him, and so pulling him further into the game. Also, I noticed that he and D have a connection too now, and Q has been telling me that too, but I'm not sure if it's like a game in terms of like, oh, Dot's just getting close with everyone to have like paranoia. But I do believe that Hassan and Dot are pretty tight in terms of who are they picking together.
Right.
And Hassan has told me, we've had multiple chats now, he's like, I want all guys to. And sure, I'm okay with that, but if Dot is sitting next to me at the end, it's going to be a bad one for me, right? So I with that. And so I am not trying to have that all guys alliance, but he keeps talking to me. So, like, at the moment, I'm just taking in information, but it seems like him and Dot are, like, locked. And it seems like Q and D aren't as locked as I thought they were because of what happened last night. And so I would go, my gut instinct is to go for Dot tonight.
Can we get Q out afterwards? That's the question.
Oh no, Q is not staying after tonight either. And I think she knows that too.
Well, I think if we take out Q, then we have basically Dot and Hassan would vote together, and then we would have D, which
he doesn't like us.
Right.
And so and I don't think she likes you now, so I don't know why.
And if we take out Dot, then Hassan and D may vote together, but then you and I can vote together.
Yeah. I want you to pay attention to the way Dot and D are talking. I think they're starting to like connect. I might be wrong, but the way I'm looking at it, I see it happening, like ever slightly. So be on the lookout for that. But Q told me she's gonna try to talk to Dot and make him not think it's him tonight. She's saying she's putting me under the bus to do this. And the thing is, I'm scared of that, but it's okay if we do get that out.
Yeah.
But
Well, I agree. I think either Dot or Q needs to go, and so if the majority is voting for Dot, then I'll go for Dot, and we're getting Q out next time, though. And if Dot plays an idol, then we're voting Q.
Yes. Okay, 100%. Okay, cool.
So my takeaways from talking to Elizabeth, we are still on the same page at all times, and I don't know if that's like her just being on my side for now, or if we really are thinking the same way. But going after Dot and then Q was a great idea, and she stuck by me, and I stick by her, and she might turn on me soon, and I'm not letting my guard down from that. But right now, we're on a really good spot together.
At this point now, with Jay gone, I probably like maybe Q has the biggest target on her back. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know where my alliance lies with frauds. How can you trust them even if they told you?
We were supposed to get Q out last time. That's kind of like what everybody agreed. Like Alex and Elizabeth primarily, and they switched their votes over to Jake.
That's what I heard.
Right? They switched their votes over to Jake, which is cool. But what I don't like is that we will discuss something and they're like, yeah, I'm going to pick out Q, and then they're pretty much lying. Like they're lying strategically, right? And that puts me in a tough position because they're from my original team. We've been team since day one, so I want to be loyal to them, but if they're lying to my face, it's only going to be a couple of days till they turn on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want teammates with people that are lying because you can't trust them. And so I'm in a weird position because me and Q I feel like we've been battling this entire game, but like she's one of the only, like she's like her, Dee and yourself and myself are the only honest players left. Like if anything, she's like the most honest and most straightforward person in this game. So like I'm just in a weird position. So here's what I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm crazy, because I feel like if anything, because now that Jake is gone and Meg's gone, I feel like you definitely need a partner, and I want to partner up with you so we can make sure that our votes matter. So here's what I'm thinking. I talked to Q right after this. I'm thinking, because I requested to talk to her and I requested to talk to you. I want to talk to Q, pretty much tell her what I just told you. Tell her, you're like, yo, Alex and Elizabeth are disloyal. I've been on their team, but I don't want to be on a disloyal team. I'd rather be on a loyal team. And tell her pretty much like, yo, if you're cool, I will agree to you to no longer vote against you if you pretty much will do the same for me. Pretty much have like me and you join her and Dee, and the four of us can then take out Elizabeth and Alex.
I can see Dee voting against Alex because they had some turmoil in the beginning.
I'll tell you, Frank, man. I know at some point Elizabeth is going to vote against you because during the last game that we played, where we had to say who we like and dislike and who we don't think deserves to be here, she didn't really like the answer that you gave her. Like she said that you were giving her all the negative answers. I don't know if you were.
I wasn't even paying attention.
You saw she took
the
game. I'm letting you know because like I was being loyal to them, but they're being disloyal to me. So like I'm just being honest, man. Like at some point she is gonna come after you. So we can't get rid of her now. But like I do like in not 10 minutes, but 10 minutes after that, I have a talk with Q. And I don't know what she's gonna say, but like if I can get her to vote Alex and pair up with us, and me, you, Alex, and me, you, Dee, and Q, and all vote out Alex, and then next round get rid of Elizabeth, and then we have 4 honest players in the game.
I can see more votes going to Q opposed to anybody else.
And I think it's a good time to get. I mean, it's always a good time to get rid of someone like Q. But like, so far she's stuck in here. I don't know what's going on with that. So I would say try it one more time to get Q out. You know.
Yeah, and she even knows it's coming.
I'm surprised you elected to have a chat with me. I don't feel like we have anything to say to each other.
Is that right?
Well, I feel like we've consistently been on opposite sides of the boat, so I mean, which is fine. I mean, I don't have any issue with that, but I mean.
True. But I do have a lot of things that I want to say to you. So I'm gonna tell you like this, and I want to see what you think. So you're right. I feel like we've been on the opposite side of things this entire game. I've been voting against you pretty consistently this game, mainly because I've been allied with like Meg and Jake, right? Like we allied pretty early on in the game. I just if you're going after my team, then I should go after who's taking shots or whatever. So we kind of like with my like original team done and like Jake's team, that's kind of like it was not exact. It wasn't like a clean fit, but it was fit like a little bit like that. And something that's just really been irking me about working with the team that I'm working with is that there is like no honesty at all. Like,
how not?
Like, I mean, it's okay. So I'll be 100% honest. So we've like agreed to like pool our votes to get you out like a couple of times, and like it's not the case. And I'm never upset if somebody doesn't vote the way that I want. Like everybody should vote what's best for them. But what I don't like is like the like blatant lies and what I feel like strategic lies, to like make me think something. But like I know that like Alex and Elizabeth have been wanting to get out Jake for a while, and there was a point in the game where I was like, yo, we're the original team. Like whatever y'all want to do, like I'll roll with you. Like if y'all want to get out Jake, I'm cool with him, but like I'm down with y'all first. But that was never the case. So like, no, like let's do this, and then they'll like vote out Meg, and it's like, no, let's do this, and then they'll vote out Jake, like just like Alex did whenever he was on your team,
Well, that's it's interesting that you say that though, because I'll tell you one thing. Elizabeth and I we're pretty close, so like I kind of know where her votes are gonna go. But Alex, I feel the same way about Alex. Alex does what he wants. I was going to make it sound like I was mad at Alex, and I was going to say like, oh, he's just lied to me all the time and blah, 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 which is actually funny because Alex hasn't written my name down a single time during this game. So I actually really don't have any hard feelings against him. He did vote my closest ally out, and I felt like he's made up for that. So I really don't have any qualms with Alex, but I tried to throw him under the bus to Dot a little bit just to like make Dot feel a little more secure.
Yeah. And again, that's cool. Like I saw it's kind of the same. Like he's just kind of like, he's like, well, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. And I'm like, cool, let's do this. He's like, nah, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'm like, respect, But like they will straight up like, no, I promise 100%. Like I assure you, we're gonna do this. You can trust me. And then like the vote happens, and then it's not that way. And then we'll talk next day, like, oh yeah, I was gonna do that, but then this happened. And I was like, all right. But then it'll happen again. And it's like, yo, Alex, this is the third time. This is like almost every vote that you have, you like promise you're gonna do something and you don't. Like you're your own person, but like our whole thing is like do strength in numbers, bro. Like let's be on the same team. Even if we want to vote somebody that you want to get off, then let's do that together. Like you and Didi are doing, right? Like that's like exactly what I'm looking for. But like there is like no trust or loyalty or nothing like on the side of the fence over here, And one, I don't like working with that. Like it's been irking me all day, to be honest. And two, like it's only a matter of time before some bullshit happens to me and I'm blindsided thinking that we're like all hunky-dory and shit. So bringing me to the reason why I wanted to talk to you. Pretty much like in like 100% real. I've been like thinking about the shit all day. Like I'm down with Team Done, man. Like I don't like the fake shit. I'm not down with it. I don't want to be a part of it. So like, I was really curious about whether it would be smart to talk to you because, like, you know, I've been on the other side of the fence as you, and I've been voting against you pretty much this whole game. And I don't know if you would consider like us like actually teaming up and like taking down the other people. You know,
I talked to her, and I tried to join her team. I tried to join her alliance, try to be on her good side. Because I don't have an alliance at this point.
And I find it so ironic that Dot's biggest frustration with Alex is that Alex isn't loyal to him, and Alex, you know, lies and says one thing and does another. But we have to go back to, you know, the first team switch, when, again, I will never get over this, when Dot allowed Rayleigh to be sent to exile, and he allowed Alex and Ori to fend for themselves. I will never get over that. To me, you were never, you know, an advocate for Team Done, because you would have made sure that your players who were, you know, on the chopping block, you would have made sure they were straight.
If you want to make it to the end, do you really think that it would be best to go with someone like me as opposed to someone like Elizabeth or Alex?
Yes. I thought about it all day. Because you're gonna be frank with like the answer you just gave me. You're gonna be frank with me. That's what I need. Like, something's gonna happen. It's cool. Like, that's what it is. But like, I don't want to be going in my head, going crazy. Like, Alex said this, but he may vote this, and Elizabeth said this, but they might turn around me and do that. And they said that they wanted to get this person up, but they're really going against Jake. Like, it's just like too much. Like, that's not how I roll. Like, I never pretended like I wasn't voting against you. You know. Like, those are the only two players in this game that are lying. Like straight up, you know? And Elizabeth less as much. Like, she's at least like leaned a certain way and then did some. But Alex is like, I feel like, you know, it happened to you once, it happened to me once, and I forgave him, and then he did it again last night, and I'm like, all right, dude, like, I don't trust you, and I don't want to work with you, like, at all. And I feel you. I feel like it's kind of like, Team Done does have these numbers, so it's like, is this smart? I don't know. It could be dumb as fuck. It could be, but like, this is the choice. These are the choices I have, and I've chosen that I would rather work with you than like keep the numbers that I have right now and like play this stupid bullshit game. I don't know.
So then, okay, I mean that's fair. So then you're thinking Alex?
Yeah, I'm thinking Alex, and I'm thinking that me, you, Edie, and I'm trying to get Hassan on board as well, to pretty much run the tables. I mean, I don't know how you feel about getting Elizabeth out, but I know that she's being very strategic as well. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I'm a team player, yo. Like, if me and you are like officially on a team, then like I will actually do what I say and like do what helps the team, you know. I'm not like, I know that eventually we may have to compete after the dust settles, and if it's like me, you, and Dee Dee, you may choose Dee Dee over me, and I understand that, but like at least I won't be like dealing with bullshit. You know, I won't be just like getting lied to my face every night and like depending on a team that like I can't even really depend on. Like, you and Dee Dee are fucking dependable. I will much rather work with y'all, and I just hope it's not too late. I don't know.
I mean, I think I get what you're saying. I think it's valid, noted, and heard and respected. But I mean, the last time I had this conversation, it was with Meg, and she had 4 votes against my name. So.
Word. Well, that's not me. I mean, I'm here to steal the team, man. I've been on the other side this whole game. You know. I do know Alex is planning on voting against you tonight.
He is.
He is planning on voting against you tonight. Or at least that's what he said. Who fucking knows what the fuck he's gonna do?
Right.
But I'm saying, like, what I'm proposing is like me staying off your back and promising not to vote against you for the rest of the game, like 100%.
Again, don't do that. Like, you gotta do what's best for your game.
No. Wait, say what?
All I'm telling you is you need to do what is best for your game and what is gonna look best on your resume to the jury. That's my final.
Dude, there are strength in numbers, man. You can't win this game without a team.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree, and I mean, shit, I don't have the numbers, so. Noted,
But if
Alex.
if me and Hassan join you, that's numbers. It's 4.
Yeah. Okay, so noted, Alex. I will keep that. I'm gonna have a talk with D after this.
Noted isn't good enough.
I'm just telling you. The last time we had the last conversation I had, it was me. So.
Okay,
if you give me tonight,
okay. Let's say this: if I vote Alex, will you vote Alex?
I mean, I'm gonna have to vote Alex, right? Because I mean, it's him or me at this rate, so I don't have an issue going with Alex. But
right,
I don't know that I trust that you'll go with Alex. So
I mean, I have a lot. Okay, I get you. I know you have nothing to trust me based off of like if you watch my gameplay, I've been trustworthy. Like, I've been rolling with Meg and Jake since day one, and never turn my back on these motherfuckers. Like if I tell you I'm not gonna turn my back on you, I'm not gonna turn my back on you. Like real shit. And maybe we can at least do this for right now.
I'll run it by Didi, okay? Because he's gonna cut us off. I will be honest. I just had a conversation with Dot, and he is mad at you guys. He's mad with Team Done right now. He says he's done with Team Done. And his whole argument was just that you guys have consistently lied to his face, and you vote one way, or you say you're gonna vote one way and you go the other way. And so he, propositioned me to vote Alex and get Alex out tonight, right? And I don't know, what do you think about that?
Well, I'll first off say I've never lied to his face, even if he says that. Last night, when we were in that kind of precarious situation I think I told you about, I said, when he was like, oh, don't you agree with voting out Q? I said, well, Q's a strategic threat. I never said I was voting you out. I just said that you were a strategic threat. And so, I feel like Dot is going to be harder to win against if you're on the jury, because Alex has ticked people off, and Dot has not gone behind anyone's back yet. And so he's going to get that social vote, and he's also got all the cleaners on his side that all seem to like him. So I'm in the impression I wouldn't want to be up against him either. Like, if I had to choose who I'd rather be up against Alex, because I feel like not as many people like him in comparison to Dot.
Has he been this loyal team player that he says he is?
He has not lied to me. He has not gone along with what I've said. Like, when I was trying to vote out Meg in the beginning, and I was explaining, like, here's why Meg's a strategic threat and we need to get her out, he was like, oh, I'm leaning towards Meg, but then he ended up voting for Carrie in the end. He hasn't lied to my face, though. And I don't think he's done that to anyone, and that's the problem keeping him in. And I know, like, he is an original Alliance member, but I'm also realizing at this point, I don't think our original alliances are necessarily good to stay with.
Oh, I'm not like asking you these questions because I'm like oscillating between which plan, but I mean, like, I did feel kind of bad, and I am gonna feel bad for what I'm gonna do to him tonight. But I was just kind of wondering what you thought about the whole thing. That's all.
Yeah. No, I feel.
Because I mean, I do.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel so terrible some evenings because I'm like, outside of this game, I'm this person that's like super compassionate and would never stab someone in the back, and like someone like that would probably be my best friend. And here in the game, it's like, no, I have to kind of like, I'm not gonna tell you to your face that I'm voting you out, but it's, I don't know, you just feel so evil afterwards.
You do.
So, like, I'm actually, like, really confused about the vote last night.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
I took notes. Where's my notes? Oh, no.
Yeah, I've been trying to map it out, too.
But I was like, I didn't vote for Jake, so that leaves...
You didn't vote for Jake?
No.
Oh, shit. Who did you vote for?
So, Elizabeth, you voted for Jake.
I did vote for Jake.
So that's 3 Jake right there.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, Jake is not going to vote for himself because it left Jake, Hassan, and you, Dot. So that means, wait, what I said? Because Elizabeth, I voted for you because I thought you were going to vote for me. So that's that vote.
Oh, I thought that was Hassan.
What a screwy vote last night.
So
no, Hassan and Jake voted for me.
Oh, Hassan voted for you?
Even though Hassan said he was gonna vote a different way, he voted for me. And I didn't talk to Jake, so I don't know where that came from. Because at first, Elizabeth, I thought you voted for me. And I was like, wait a minute. No, because Jake's not going to vote for himself. And Jake and Hassan are like real close. So that's not going to make sense. So that's how I got it calculated. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, after last night, I was so ticked at Hassan for writing my name down. I know you have probably felt the same way. Like, we all really disliked each other. And so I was like, I just want to take Hassan out. But I was like, that doesn't make strategic sense. But I think we were all just...
Yeah, we were just throwing stuff around.
It was yeah.
So, Dee, you and Q don't always vote the same way, huh?
No.
Oh, I thought like y'all were like sisters.
Sisters, we can be sisters and have different views.
Well, yeah, I just thought that like y'all were like always combining your votes.
Most times, yeah, but sometimes no. Like a lot of times our votes weren't the same.
Word. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Maybe I've been wrong. I've like tried to like see who was voting for everybody each vote.
Oh, I wasn't even worried about doing that. It was too many people.
Maybe I've been wrong like half this time. I don't
been
even
wrong,
know.
bro.
Yeah, obviously.
What have you heard? What are the streets saying to you?
I've only talked with Dot. I just got a chat with Dot and Elizabeth, and they really didn't say much.
Yeah, so who are you thinking tonight?
I don't know. Like, it's either Hassan or Alex. Like, I really don't know.
Okay.
I only say Hassan because he put my name, and I only say Alex because I've been trying to get Alex out all this time and been procrastinating.
Yeah, Hassan alleges that he didn't put your name, first of all. But
He did. I wrote down a whole outline. Like, you're going to see it during confessionals when they post. I can't find my notes right now. They were somewhere, but I wrote on the sheet of paper. I wrote notes, like wrote them down and stuff.
I think Hassan definitely needs to go. But, so the word on the street is Alex, of course. Dot basically propositioned me after he's written my name down for like 5 tribals straight.
Every single tribal.
I know. Now he wants to work together to get Alex out because basically he's tired of Team Dunn lying.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's probably why nothing really came out of the chat with Elizabeth and Dot, is because like I think they're both on opposite sides. And yeah, I mean I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like one of them got to go. But then again, we got to think about like I don't know if they're going to be bitter jurors or not because they still got to determine who's going to win. So I don't know if it's logical to have too many like enemies as a juror, but then again, they've both been on opposite sides, except for like Alex when he'll do swing votes and stuff. But I don't know. But in order to have the numbers, if like Dot is honest and stuff like that, it would have to be Alex.
Yeah. So do you think Dot's gonna be honest?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's kind of crazy because I don't know if I think I told you how Meg, like the night that she left, how she came to me and she was like, we should work together. We should get out Elizabeth or Alex. And I was like, I've had this conversation before where, you know, someone says they're going to do one thing and then I had 4 votes against my name that night. So I don't know if Dot is actually gonna write Alex and if he's to be trusted. So I don't know. I feel like you kind of are a little closer to Dot than I am. So that's what I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that man. But
who is that man? I don't know him.
I've never seen this man before. I've never heard him. What still, I don't know. He never said what he was gonna do, but he was just asking around or whatever, getting everybody points of views and stuff. Nobody really said who they were gonna vote for.
Okay. So who are you gonna go for then? Probably Alex?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you've been saying for weeks now you're gonna write his name
down.
I know,
but I've been pushing it back to get other people out for the numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need numbers anymore.
I know I'm not gonna put your name down. Really don't have a reason to. So with that, pretty cool. I mean, everybody seemed pretty cool at this moment, not a threat, but somebody got to go. How do you feel about Alex, though?
That's who I was thinking, because like if you think about it, it's still 3 of them in the game versus lesser of everyone else. So it's Dot, Elizabeth, and Alex from Team Done, but Elizabeth is safe. And then I've been trying to get Alex out for days.
You and Alex is what I keep on hearing. Alex being, one, he's a strong individual in the game. He's lied to many of you guys.
Elizabeth, how do you feel about winning your first challenge today?
I finally found what I'm good at. I'm good at holding a shirt over my head.
I feel like there's been a little bit of animosity, hurt feelings the last few days that maybe we should talk about. How are you feeling about that, Dee?
Oh yeah, it is definitely some animosity, but you don't want to take it too serious the way you lose focus of what you're trying to do, make it to the end.
Alex, how do you feel about that?
I feel like there's no animosity on my part. And honestly, I don't feel much from other people, but that's just from my perspective. I'm not sure how everyone actually feels, but yeah, it's a game that is hard to, it's a challenge, really hard one to do, but yeah.
Hassan, do you feel any animosities or any animosities towards you?
I mean, most definitely, people seeing me as the most likely to win this game puts a threat on me. But I didn't even know that until it was pointed out to me. I wasn't paying attention. The game was all love. It was all fun to me. So I don't even remember who I put for the question. However, most people did take it to heart, but it wasn't like that.
Q, do you think people should feel like Hassan is the best person to win, the chance to win anyway?
Not the best.
I think, I actually agree with that. I don't think Hassan is the best person to win, but I think he's the most, no shade, but I think he's the most likely to win because Hassan is really, he's managed to make no waves in this game, and people back it very far. He hasn't put a huge target on his back, so.
Elizabeth, do you have any animosities left from that game 2 nights ago, or a few nights ago?
Some. I did take it very personally, but I appreciated some of the conversations I had tonight where we talked about it, and we realized that outside of the game, we're compassionate souls, and we just have to be kind of conniving and backstabbing and mean to one another here to have our chances to win. But it's just like if you're playing Monopoly and you're really cruel to your partner, but you really love them in the end.
Dot, have you felt any animosities from that game or any animosities towards you?
Yeah, I feel some animosity. I'm feeling like an animal, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
You don't want to talk about it?
Nah.
Okay. So going back to the last vote, it seemed to be all over the place. Why do you think that was, Alex?
I think there were a bunch of different plans at play. And there were also just, I guess, votes that were sometimes personal and not just thinking about the game. But also, I don't know why I'm saying also at this point. I have no idea. But I just think that there were a few plans that were in motion, and it was all over the place because people weren't set on what plans they're going with.
Q, you thought you were going home at the last tribal. How do you feel about how it all played out?
I'm surprised that I, escaped the last tribal with only 1 vote against my name. So that's kind of a feat because I've been the majority since the merge. So that was kind of nice, I guess. But I agree with what Alex said. I thought last night's vote was all over the place because I don't think people really had a consensus, and I think everyone has different moves that they're trying to make with their game, and I think we just kind of saw that last night. So,
Dot, does any of the animosity you're feeling come from the last tribal?
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Jake was my boy. That's my boy, man. It hurt. I shed one lonely tear for him, but then I had to move on.
Didi, where do you stand on how the votes were almost everywhere at the last tribal?
I just really think that I don't think it was a set plan for the most part. I think people were just winging it mostly, trying to put a different outcome, try to make a 180 in the game. That's what I think happened. So that's why it was all over the place.
Elizabeth, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think that there are emotions that were high from the challenge, and that was partnered with strategy in making some of the decisions, because like someone's going to attack you, you kind of feel like, okay, this is my only way to get them back right now and to attack them.
Is there a set plan tonight, or are there still a lot of emotions in the air?
I don't think there's emotions in the air per se.
I'm emotional. I'm emotional. Damn.
Apparently, there are emotions in the air.
I'm sending votes everywhere.
I think it's going to be all over the place tonight, like last time, because I've heard so many different plans that, like, I think we're all going to be surprised.
wasn't it easy when I was just gunning after Meg and everybody fell on one side or the other?
It was either you were for Meg or you were against me. Those were good times, man. This shit's getting difficult. I miss that shit.
Underappreciated times for sure.
Damn. Real shit.
Hassan, how do you feel about tonight's vote? Do you feel like it's everywhere, or is there a set plan?
There's a set plan in place. I mean, I said my last word and my piece on it. I'm gonna just stick it to it. I said my last word.
Well, like the last two tribals, there are some people from the jury watching. At what point do you start thinking about who's in the jury and might vote for you at the end, Q?
I have been thinking about that since the merge. I think it's just as important to think about who is going to vote for you on the jury, and I also think it's important to see who's going to vote for your opponent on the jury, because you know a lot of people have pissed the jury off, and a lot of people have made the jury, you know, very happy. They have a lot of positive ties with the jury, so you should definitely be considering that.
Elizabeth, where do you think you stand with the jury?
I think a lot of them don't like me. I feel like I ticked a lot of them off when I tried to get Meg out of the game initially. But who knows?
Are you talking about
Alex, how do you think you stand with the jury?
I don't know. I mean, I was voted most likely to backstab, so I feel like people might see that out of me the entire time anyway. So I don't know how the jury feels. I would like to think I had made some good connections, but I'm just gonna pray for it.
Hold on, Nick.
Hassan, there are a lot of. What's that?
Were you talking about the cleaners specifically, Elizabeth, or just everybody in general?
Oh, I was going back to your Team 1 and Team 2. When we tried to get... We split the vote between Meg and Carrie.
So you think Meg and Jake are mad at you, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I think mainly them.
Oh yeah, they're mad.
Hassan, there are 3 cleaners in the jury. O'Reilly wasn't on that team, but Hassan, there are 3 cleaners in the jury. Do you think that helps you if you make the end, since there's 3 cleaners in the jury?
I don't think it helps me. Because at the same time, they're going to hear everything I have to say about them, and I'm probably going to make moves that they don't like. So
Dee Dee, do you think you've pissed off anybody on the jury?
I don't think they know me. They don't even know who I am. This is this girl right here. So I don't. If I like, it all comes down to if the person, like, if I do make it to the finals, it all comes down to the person. If they dislike the other person, or if they like the other person. If they don't like it, then I probably have a chance. But if they do, then nah.
Do you think that's what it's going to come down to on a jury? Who the people like, or do you think they will look at who played the game?
I think it depends on who we're talking about. I think some people have a dislike for certain players already, but if they have to make a harder decision, they're going to look at who deserves it more, who's been playing harder, the whole package.
Jake was voted in the game the most likely to be a bitter juror. Do you think he will be bitter, Dot?
I don't. I actually don't understand that one. I don't think Jake is a very bitter person.
I thought about that one. So I think the reason why he got voted that is because Jake would always say, "Oh, Elizabeth lied straight to my face," and like would say time after time that he's gunning for Elizabeth. So I think maybe that's where the bitter juror vote came from.
I guess that's true if he was holding on to that for so long. Anyway, focusing back on tonight's vote, Alex, what do you think is best for everybody tonight?
I think it's best to look at your own game and figure out who is in direct competition with that. So say you're someone that's not making big moves or is being regarded as like a big player, I would think about getting rid of a big player. But if you are a big player, I would either think about getting someone who is just more likable or voting out another big player. It's really all about like what you think is best for your own game. That's how I've been playing it for myself. I don't think there's any one right answer for anything. It's just depending on how everyone feels is best for their own game moving forward.
Dee Dee, you had 2 votes against you last night at Tribal Council. How did that come into play with your strategy tonight?
I'm kind of just not really worried about it at the moment. I have a feeling who the 2 players were, but I may be wrong. It's just by my notes. So I'm not really trying to like target them because I'm not sure, but it's mostly likely that it was the 2 people that I kind of figured it is.
Which 2 people do you think that is?
Are you trying to start something, Nick?
Just asking.
It was only 3 people left. That was Jake, Dot, and Hassan. Okay, so Dot said it wasn't him, but when I asked, Dot the only one that said it wasn't him. So I was like, do I believe Dot? So I kind of did, and that leaves Hassan and Jake.
What'd you say, Hassan?
I said it wasn't me too. And you was like,
oh, I didn't hear you. So Dot, are you lying to me?
Oh no, real talk, it wasn't me. Like,
that's crazy.
Percent.
It's still an extra vote, but okay.
That don't make no sense.
It don't.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You don't remember saying "Okay, Hassan" to me yesterday? That was clear as day. I heard that.
Oh, I said "Okay, Hassan" because I thought it was you.
Oh.
So like, okay, Hassan. That's why I said it.
So you said that after I said it wasn't me.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
So why would you say "Okay, Hassan"? Why would you say "Okay, Hassan"?
To let you know that I'm watching you.
Somebody not being honest.
Dot, you have a question about the lies. How are the lies making you feel, Dot?
I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I'm not
Who
down
did
with
it,
the
Dot?
lies.
Who did it?
Lying. I don't know. I mean, that's somebody's lying, obviously. So if you did it, just speak up. I don't know why you lying.
Well, I just want to know who Hassan did vote for, because he said he hasn't voted for Dee Dee, he didn't vote for Q.
Yeah,
so
you vote for yourself?
Yeah,
you vote for them, bro.
Like, who did you vote for? Alex? I'm lost.
I think, all right, so I had to throw Jake's name in the pot.
What? You voted for
What?
Jake? What? I'm so confused right now.
Dude, Hassan just spicing it up, bro.
I think he did Meg dirty, and I like Meg.
This just made a turn. Oh wow.
Man.
Or I could have voted for Q, but I already told Q I wasn't going to vote. I mean,
If 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 + 4 is 8.
and I don't have a reason to vote for D. Like, I promise you, yo, my vote had to get changed. It had to.
Anyway, enough of last night's confusing. Apparently,
Why does that even matter anyway? That was like last night. Yesterday.
I know I'm over. I just wanted to know because it came back up.
Because the judge of your character, damn it. It's a judge of your fucking character.
Dude, are you over it?
Am I over it? I
Yeah.
expect to see my name every goddamn night, so I'm not pressed about getting my name written down.
was
I just wish you could
yesterday.
tell me. Yeah.
It was yesterday. Damn right I'm not over it.
Oh my gosh, hush.
That's how, some people did take that game.
Most likely to not stop
Alex,
talking. You were damn
Alex
right.
said, so that who did you vote for? He's talking to
Voted
you,
for
Doc. Oh.
You voted for
Boom.
Q.
Honesty. I have to try it sometimes. Shit.
Oh my god.
Whose lies are pissing you off more?
Whoever lying. Why you always lying? Why? You know who you are.
I'm lost at this point.
Are there still going to be lies after tonight? There'll be more lies.
There will
after
be
tonight.
more lies. Not
Oh my god.
I'm really curious to see what Dot thinks about
Not
lying.
for me.
Who do you think is lying? You know, he's saying it.
The liars know. I don't gotta say it. And honestly, everybody else who paying attention, they know that they lied too. So shit, it's all good.
Q, who do you think is lying?
I can tell you that I tell the truth to my own detriment. I don't know who's lying. I think Hassan is lying. I wish he would just say that he voted for Dee. I mean, that's just not how math works.
It's not how math works.
I mean, I don't think you're lying in the game, but you definitely are lying about who you voted for. But I mean, like, if you
And she got
voted
a
for
point.
Dee,
She got a point, Hassan. Like I trust you, but that don't make no damn sense, man.
So with all of this supposed lying, how do you decide who to vote for tonight? How do you know who's telling the truth, DT?
I don't know. Like I had my mind set. Now I don't know at all. I don't know.
Alex?
I'm gonna be the bad person here, but I think Dot is lying 100%. I feel like I know exactly who voted for who because people told me their plans. And you could say, why are you always lying? But the truth is, there's only 3 votes that could be for D and Q. And I know what my plans are, and I could say that, but you could just admit it right here, you know? That's all.
Bro, I already. What you mean? I voted for you. Boom.
I've been told that yesterday, I'm going to say it now, I guess. I've been told that it was going to be Jake and Dot voting for Dee. Hassan, me, and Elizabeth vote for Q to split the votes. That's it.
For sure. That was the plan we talked about. I voted for Q, and Q know that. I voted for Q. Ain't no lies.
Okay, well then fine.
So let me ask you 2 questions. 1, if I didn't vote for Q, who did I vote for? 2, who the fuck did you vote for?
I voted for Jake. I'm not gonna lie about that. I voted for Jake.
So what's the issue, bro? What the fuck am I lying about?
There's no issue. It's just I'm just trying to say, don't try to say why you're always lying when you're lying or you're part of the lie. It's one or the other. It's not. It's kind of simple. But anyway,
What lie am I a part of?
you know what the plan was to split the vote. So don't try to say you don't know it and try to say someone else is lying when that's not the case.
I didn't say I didn't know the plan. I was in on the plan.
Okay.
The fuck you mean?
So
How are you gonna say that I'm lying about my vote when nobody can say that they made the vote that I'm saying that I made? The fuck you mean?
I just said what I felt was the truth.
Yo, my name out your mouth. bro. You know what the fuck you talking about, man. Get my name out your mouth, bro.
All right.
The only thing I'm certain of right now is my own vote. Because right now, like, who knows what everyone else did?
Right.
Sure.
Elizabeth, currently Team Dunn, the original Team Dunn, has 3 players left compared to everybody else. But right now, Dot and Alex seem pretty fractured. Where do you stand in all of this?
I feel like all of the groups are fractured right now, and we're all just individual players. Because, I mean, I think everyone has hurt everyone else's feelings in some way or another, and we all are at the point now where we don't necessarily know who we can trust.
So, going into tonight's vote queue, after all of this crazy lies and everything, how do you know who to vote for?
I think for me, I'm gonna go based off of track records, and I'm just gonna go with people who were, consistent with doing what they say they're gonna do. So,
Dot, how about you?
I'm just gonna vote, bro.
Okay. Alex, how about you?
What was the question? I kind of spaced out.
How do you know who to vote for tonight after all of these supposed lies getting thrown around?
I guess just whoever it's whatever the plan was set in motion. I'm gonna follow through on it. I am worried, but I had to say what I had to say to get some things out there. But it's just my thoughts right now coming out. So I'm going with my instinct.
Dee, any last words for this tribal before we vote?
Y'all just confused the hell out of me. I'm lost. That's all.
Well, are we ready to vote? All right. Please send me your votes. If anybody has an advantage and wants to use it, now would be the time to do so. All right. I will read the votes. First vote is for Dot. Second vote is for Dot. Third vote is for Alex. Fourth vote is for Alex. We are at a 2-2 tie. Next vote is for Dot. One vote left. The next person that voted out, and the 5th member of the jury is Dot. I'm sorry, Dot. You have been voted out. If you have any last words.
Hey man, lies come to the light, man. I mean, shoot, you make alliances with people. You say that your team done to the end, but you're not.
That's funny.
So
Cool.
if you're gonna lie to win, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. Big ups to Q and Dee, probably the only honest players in this game. The rest of y'all don't expect to vote for me.
Maybe I should have been mentally stronger. But I let my anger get the best of me. I was talking about liars. The liars in the game didn't like being called liars. That's ironic, but and I mean, regardless, I think that everybody had decided to turn on me before the vote. So definitely should have used my safety card. I figured it would be more valuable to me in the next round if I could survive this. I really expected Q to turn on Alex. I really didn't expect Elizabeth to turn on me either. So I thought if I could survive this round, then one more round. It was the last round to use my power up. I kind of used it, survived with no teammates, and hopefully been in the finals. But, you know, gave it my best shot. Took a risk. It backfired. Still made it pretty far.